Hello and welcome back. I'm Karjan, and this is Let's Art Operation Blinking Mirror Edition. Um, Before I really begin anything, I want to apologize ahead of time for if you hear any sort of popping or cracking. It's not my microphone giving out, it's actually my neck cracking. Um, I know I discussed in a previous video exactly that I have a spinal problem. Well, I fell asleep on the couch last night and it did a number on my neck as usual. So I'm not exactly in the best of shape today. I will attempt to mute my microphone if I know my neck is going to be cracking, but it does tend to occur when I don't expect it to happen. And some of it, sometimes it can end up being really loud because it ends up being quite literally basically the entirety of my spine, well, realigning itself rather violently in most cases. So, just throwing that out there, that if you hear something like that, and of course also as a result of that, my sinuses are a bit more messed up than usual. So anyway, today I'm going to be attempting to work on clothes as best I can. Flick basically has this really high collar going on that I'm trying to draw, and it ends up with a sort of a collar piece right around here, to which his cape attaches. Over here. So this would end up being his cape. Okay. He's got a headband. Here. I'm gonna do his hair on another layer so I can mess with his headband differently than his hair. Right around here, comes down in spikes. Sort of like that. He's got, and then over here, comes down in spikes in a slightly different direction. He's got really spiky hair, now that I look at it. Makes me wonder if he wears the headband as an attempt to keep it out of his face. But I mean, even with that, it's still sort of falling in his face. So I mean, if it's doing that even with the headband, what would it be like without the headband? That's not the best ever, but I'm honestly using the wrong brush. Kind of comes down onto his neck a little bit. Okay. That's acceptable. I'll clean it up when I change the lines. I'll clean it up right before I put the lines in proper place. I'm trying to figure out exactly what would be visible from here. He's got sort of a chest protector that comes in about here. And whoops. He's got a jacket that's belted closed. It's kind of a high belt, be about here. And then his sword would probably be partially visible. Be the hilt up there. Yeah, that's about at the right height. Okay. And his pants are just fairly tight black pants. The only real difference that he has is on his left leg, which is the leg facing away, has a band up on the thigh, but that's not visible, so let's tighten this up a little bit, I think. His boots technically start up about here. Let's turn Muku Muku off so I can see what I'm doing. His boots start up about here, so his pants are tucked in. And he's got like that, and then the line ducks in Whoops. Because there's like a belt right about, not right there, a little bit further down. There's a belt about right here. That tightens. And I'll go about thinning most of these lines out. For right now, I'm just roughing in where everything belongs. And then this. And then it's just a very simple, very simple boot shape. Like that. So, and then repeat that over here. We've got the first line and then the second line. A little bit, and then it ducks in where we've got the belt. Goes like that. Okay. So and then on his arms, just have a fairly standard sleeve. And then right around here, his gloves begin. And they look like leather gloves. And they fully cover his hands. So, and yet again, I am just... Whoops. I am just indicating where the fingers go. I'll actually go back in when I refine these lines. Okay. That's not bad. Ow. Apologies, my neck just decided to crack when I shifted my head to look at my time. So, onto the squirrels. The squirrels are going to be fairly easy. They're just a very, very high collared cape, to the point where it actually goes up around their head a little bit. Well, and by a little bit, I mean it really goes up around their head. Like this. And cape, and they've got a little bow tie, which Muku is going to hide most of. It's gonna go down. And it does go really far down. Like that. Now, let's go down a bit further than that, like up. And take this, and I know I'm not differentiating the colors out like I should be doing, but I'm probably just going to turn layers off as I refine. Alright. Yeah, this is the one I need to change his head. But I think I'll do that a little later. Again, same thing. I am drawing on the right one, am I? No, I'm not. There we go. Up. There. Very high collar. And this should actually probably flare out a bit more like that. And goes down, around, sort of waves up like that. This will actually probably more go like this. There we go. So I am just roughing things in. About there. And curl. Down, tucks in for there. Yeah. It's over like that. Bow tie. They've kind of got Dracula-style capes, to be honest. Not entirely sure what I think about that. About that realization. Now that I've actually had it. That these adorable little squirrels have Dracula-style capes. Up, cape goes down, yeah, that's okay. I am being very quick about this. Not entirely sure whether I should be being so quick about this, but it goes up and around. Down. sort of a little more down than that. There we go. Well, actually, let's go back to Miku Miku and add a little bit of cape tail. Okay. There we go. Okay. It's looking more like a actual picture now. Now for Nina. This is going to be not exactly fun. Alright. So, Nina has Nina's ears a little far back now that I look at it. So let's just move this a little bit more forward. Yeah, that's about right. Deselect. Okay. Now that Nina has a headband, which I'm pretty sure is one of those behind the ears headband sort of things. I think that's about in the right place. Hold on a moment. Let me zoom in closer on my reference image of her that I have. I think it's actually a little bigger than that. Let's erase this. Like that, and over there, and sort of, yeah. Okay, now, hair. Because I absolutely adore hair. Not. Shoot. I think it's a little less wide than that. Okay, let's try this again. So she's got these curly bangs. That stick out from underneath there. And then her hair is fairly sleek and controlled. It sort of comes out into curls down around her face like that. And that's actually not half bad considering what I thought I would end up with. And the hair definitely makes the figure look more feminine. Okay. That's actually not bad. Moving on. So she's got a... She's got a red coat on. The collar comes around like this. She's got... It shouldn't really be touching onto her. And then, let's see. There's a seam that comes up and around. It's on... It's her shoulder seam. Like this. And it probably comes down onto the back, given how it comes down onto the front. It's a fairly straightforward jacket, all things being equal. I'm going to turn the background off momentarily so I can see where her lines specifically are. Oops. She's got long sleeves, and it basically goes all the way to her wrists. Nothing really fancy about it. And over here as well, out to the wrist. It's fairly form-fitting as well, so I don't really need to deviate too far from the lines that I've already drawn. Let's see. It's a rather long coat. Let's see. The skirt ends about here, so the coat ends about here. She tends to wear it a bit open, but that really can't be seen in the position I've got this in, except that it will pull down, given that she's partially bent over. And it's not going to be hugging her form right here. Especially the fact that, let's see, yeah, she wears it partially open, so something like that. Okay. So she's got a pleated skirt. A very sharply pleated skirt. I'm making it a bit longer than the line I drew, but that's okay. Whoops. It's not really perfect. It should be more of a probably be a little less out, but there. It's more about... I have now made it a little bit too long, but I don't care enough to change that. And she's got nearly knee-high tube socks. Only nearly knee-high. There's another color line up here. And then she has... a moment. There we go. Those low top, rounded, just a small arch, and round like that. There's a seam that comes around and goes up like that. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Now. Yeah, like that. Approximately like that. Needs to be a little bit... yeah. A little more like that. I forgot her pocket, which should be visible. Let's see. It's about here. Well, it doesn't really have this line down. It's just the pocket flap. The rest of it is more hinted at than anything. And then there's a seam that comes into it, into the middle of it. And there's a button down here. The second... I don't know if I'll keep that there or not. We'll see. Okay. Actually, this should go down farther. All the way down. Although it'll need to be thinned out because it's supposed to be a seam, not a... Okay. Turn the background back on. So, got it mostly done. I really just need to start refining the lines and solidify it, and then I can start coloring. So, I will see you next video.